Story time. So this is something that was like one of those revelation stories. Like, if I only knew then. I think I might have been like 27 or so, and my cousin was saying to me, "Yo, you remember that time you had that ghost in your house?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? We never had a ghost in." "Yeah, your mother told me the story. You gotta have a ghost in the house." And I'm like, wait. Thank God my mother was still alive to confirm. So I said, "Mommy, what is she talking about? What is my cousin talking about? That there's a ghost in the house?" And she goes, "Oh, I never wanted to frighten you, but your father saw the same little girl." And I was like, wait, what is she talking about? Then it hit me. And I remembered it like yesterday. So when I was 5 years old, I actually saw a little girl in my room. And the crazy thing is, even though I was a kid, it didn't frighten me. I was more annoyed because she kept playing with my light. I remember I had a Mickey Mouse light and she kept turning it off and on, the light switch. So I go into my mother's room and I say, "Mommy, there's a little girl in the room turning off and on my light." And of course, I had a little Jamaican accent back then. I don't have it anymore. And then she's like, "Go on back there, baby, having a bad dream." And I was like, okay. And I just blew it off as a nightmare. But I remember exactly what she looked like. She was a blonde girl. I didn't see her face, but I remember seeing the back of her head. And she had a ponytail with a red ribbon. And I remember I even told my mother it looked like Happy Days, her dress. Because I didn't know how to describe a poodle skirt back then, you know. So I remember all of that. And so I told my dad, I called my dad now. I said, "Dad, do you remember having a ghost in the house?" And I was like, "What she look like?" Mommy said you saw her, and then you saw what she looked like. So I want to see if the story matched. Do you know, he said he was chilling in the living room, smoking a cigarette. This is the 80s, or the 70s actually, late 70s. And he was smoking a cigarette in the living room, chilling, and he saw her skipping out of the freaking bathroom, holding her skirt, her poodle skirt. He described the skirt. And he said it freaked him out. And he was like, asking my mom, "Did we get the house blessed? We need to bless the house again." So I don't know what they did. They must have called somebody to come bless the house. And around that same time, she also changed her seating arrangement in the living room. Because I remember where we used to sit. She used to sit like in the back and like facing the bathroom. And then she actually changed where she sat. But I didn't realize at the time. I remember I was a kid and I was wondering, like, why is she doing that? Like, why did she move her seating arrangement? And because where her back was where the bathroom entrance was. So in her mind, she's thinking, I want to make sure I can see this little girl coming out the bathroom. But anyway, that was one of my favorites because it was kind of scary, but when you think about it. But it didn't really bother me at the time, like I said. And then here's the kicker. Once I started getting training, I had asked my teacher to do a reading to ask, who was that little girl? And my house was built in 1955. That was my mother bought the house in 1977. And my teacher said she was a little girl that either lived in the house or she lived nearby and saw me and wanted to play with me. And I thought that was crazy as hell because my mother used to always tell me, "Come find yourself home or the ghost's gonna follow you home." To make me come home early from playing outside. Anywho, that's my story time for today.